Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going behind the scenes to see how a team takes a really dense, ancient piece of writing and boils it all down into one single powerful image. Okay, let's just dive right in.
So this is the big question, right? This is the puzzle we're trying to solve today, and it's a huge challenge. We're not just drawing a picture of a scene, we're trying to capture a complex idea, a deep emotion, a spiritual truth, all at once without using a single word. So how on earth do you do that? Let's break it down.
All right, so for our example, we're zooming in on a specific devotional piece. It's called Steps in His Tracks. And the mission, the real challenge, is to visually show this incredibly profound idea of enduring hardship by, well, following the example that was left for us.
Every great project starts with a really clear challenge, and this one is just a beautiful puzzle. The artist has to take this deep, abstract concept, faithful suffering, and somehow translate it into one simple image that just speaks directly to you. It's this perfect blend of faith and art. Now this, right here, this is the seed. This is the core metaphor that the entire visual is going to grow from. The scripture itself hands the artist the central image, follow in his steps. That's not just a nice phrase, it's the visual anchor for the entire piece of art. Okay, so we've got our anchor. The first real step is to dig deeper. Because you can't just illustrate the words on the page, right? You have to find the emotional heart of it all. What is this text trying to make you feel? What's the core truth hiding just beneath the surface?
And there it is. The devotional text spells it out, crystal clear. This is not about celebrating pain. It's about a very specific kind of strength. The emotional bullseye the artist has to hit is this idea that real endurance is an active faith. It's a refusal to let go of hope. So the final image has to feel like strength, not defeat. That's absolutely crucial.
And the creative brief, well, it gives the artist a really clear mission statement. This isn't just an illustration, it's devotional art. And what that means is the goal is an action, it's contemplation. The final piece has to invite you, the viewer, into a moment of just stillness and beauty and wonder.
Now, the artist isn't starting with a totally blank slate here. This image is part of a bigger series, so it has to fit into a visual world that's already been built. And maybe the most important part of that world is its special language of color and especially of light.
Okay, this is the toolkit. Just look at these colors. The highlights, they're all warm, golden, full of life. Think resurrection light. And the shadows are deep, contemplative, midnight blue, charcoal. This contrast isn't just for looks, it's theological. It's all about hope and grace breaking into a world of shadow and struggle.
And check this out. This shows you the exact mood they're going for. The style is painterly, sacred. It creates this reverent, luminous vibe. But just as important is what they're avoiding. Anything that feels too modern or flashy or cartoonish. Every single choice here is meant to support that timeless feeling of quiet, contemplative faith.
So, how does this all lead to that aha moment? You understand the emotional core. You have the visual rules. How do you land on that one single powerful symbol that carries the whole message? This is where it all comes together.
Well, it starts with brainstorming, of course, pulling ideas straight from the text and the creative guide. You've got symbols of a journey, like a road or footprints, symbols of peace, like an olive branch, or of faith, like a flame. The artist is basically searching for the most direct, uncluttered symbol to tell the story.
And here's the path to that breakthrough. It's actually pretty logical. You start with the text, following in his steps. Then you layer on that specific feeling, quiet strength and clean hope. You pick the most direct symbol, footprints on a road. And then you bring in the secret weapon, that language of light. A warm, golden light breaking into a deep blue shadow tells the entire story without a single word. It's brilliant. But finding the right idea is only half the battle. A huge part of this process, maybe the most important part, is about what you choose to leave out. We call these negative constraints, and they're an incredibly powerful tool for making the final image sharp and focused.
Just look at this do not list. It's so decisive. No text, no modern stuff, no complicated scenes. By saying no to all these possible distractions, the artist is forced to communicate with pure visual symbolism. See, these rules don't limit creativity, they focus it into something incredibly potent and clear.
And this really is the key. A powerful image is defined just as much by its simplicity as by what's in it. Everything that was intentionally left out, all the noise, all the clutter, that's what lets the core message shine through with such amazing clarity.
So let's bring it all home. This whole structured, thoughtful process, from digging into the text to setting strict visual rules, that's how you turn a really abstract, difficult idea into a finished piece of art that is designed for one single purpose: contemplation.
And there you have it. The problem is solved. It wasn't some random lightning strike of inspiration. It was a deliberate, step-by-step process. A clear path from this abstract theology to a focused, moving image that communicates exactly what it was meant to: a feeling of quiet strength and clean hope.
So I'll just leave you with this question. The next time you look at a painting, or a photograph, or even just a scene in a movie, really pay attention to the light. Think about the color, the contrast, where the shadows fall. Because as we saw today, light is never just light, it's always a storyteller. So, what unseen story is it telling you?